everybody, welcome back to another edition of Behind the News. I'm Robyn Brady. Not a lot going on in Chatham-Kent again this week. It's one of those slow times that we talked about last week. It just tends to happen during the summer. Things picking up a little as the week goes on, though. Cherry Fest in Blenheim kicks off today. We've got lots of events going on down in South Kent with the pit spitting contest, the pie eating contest, and pretty much anything cherry that you can imagine. It's a really fun time. Check presentation made at the Lower Thames Valley Conservation Authority this morning. RBC is making a $5,000 donation to help out the Chatham-Kent Children's Water Festival. It takes place in October, so a great time, and fabulous of the folks at RBC to help out with that, make sure the kids have some fun. A couple of sad notes this week. Never really like talking about these things, but it's news, and that's what you have to do sometimes. A Thamesville couple, Joyce and David Gore, were killed in an accident last weekend. Single vehicle crash that lost control. The vehicle rolled. Very, very tragic. Hate talking about that. I know a lot of people in Thamesville will remember them fondly. A memorial is being held this coming Sunday at the New Armory in Chatham for Master Corporal Crystal Giesbrecht. She grew up in Chatham-Kent, born in Wallaceburg, raised in Chatham, and was killed by an IED blast in Afghanistan towards the end of June. Her funeral was held beginning of June at CFB Petawawa, but of course a lot of folks from Chatham-Kent couldn't make it down for that. So the family is having a memorial at the Armories this Sunday, starts at 3 o'clock, and hoping that everyone will come out and pay tribute to Crystal. Some happier news. A citizenship ceremony is being held in Chatham on Friday. Going to have a bunch of dignitaries on hand as 29 immigrants from 12 different countries are going to be becoming Canadian citizens. So a very cool thing there. That's just some of the stuff that's been going on around Chatham this past week and into the weekend. We're going to take you back to the newsroom now and have a chat with Bruce Mills. He is relatively new to the CKSY family, but has been around Blackburn, Chatham for many years now. He is the afternoon newscaster. We'll have a chat with him. Okay, so Bruce, you are relatively new to the on-air staff at CKSY, but you are one of 3 people in the newsroom who are actually Chatham-Kent natives.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm, kind of in between Wheatley and Tilbury, out in Romney Township. Went to school out there, and so kind of my old stomping grounds out this way.
And you've been here, of course, at Blackburn Radio for how many years now?
Oh boy, it's got to be at least getting on 5 thereabouts.
Awesome.
So a few years.
Now tell us about sort of the schooling that you go through to get to this point.
I took a radio broadcasting course. I actually went all the way to Algonquin College to do it. When I decided that I wanted to pursue a career in radio, I had applied to Fanshawe, which is where a lot of people in the area get their schooling, but I was too late, and the program was already full, and I managed to somehow weasel in up in Ottawa. So actually, it was a really great time. I got to spend a couple of years in the nation's capital, and there were some exciting times up there because it's Ottawa, and there's always something happening. So the program I took really focused on radio, everything. It was kind of an all-encompassing, so I did a little on-air work, actually, as a jock, which I wasn't very good at. There was the news portion. There was also production, creating the commercials, all the sounds that you hear, aside from the music. A bit of sales, and a lot of talk on formats, the different genres of music and how to program stations. So when it all washed out, I found that news was really probably what I was best at out of all that stuff.
Well, I think you're pretty good at it.
Oh, that's nice.
So what do you like best about doing the news?
Really, the news is, it seems, on a good day, it's always changing. It's fast-paced. You have to keep up with the phones. You got to be talking to police. You have to be talking to the municipality. And the stories from people are really interesting. I mean, more so than talking to the politicians. Sometimes, before you make that call, you already know the answer that you're going to get. Whereas if you're out talking with people, that's really where you find some interesting stories, and you can get some interesting views.
Great. Well, we are certainly glad to have you as part of the CKSY team now.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Thanks, Bruce. Always nice to see some of the faces behind the news here in Chatham. Again, Bruce Mills from CKSY Afternoon News. Stay tuned next week. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Council meeting on Monday night. It's the first one of the month. They tend to pare down a lot during the summer months, so we'll see what comes out of that. And next Thursday, a very cool thing going on. Dresden branch of the Canadian Cancer Society is going to try to break the Guinness record for the longest parade of tractors. So stay tuned next week. Should be fun. Thanks for joining me at Behind the News. We'll talk to you later.